The rumors that have been setting the internet on fire over the last 48 hours have finally reached a boiling point. And today, Saturday, February 7, 2026, we are peeling back the layers of what is perhaps the most sensational claim of the year. If you have been on social media, you have likely seen the blurry images and the frantic headlines screaming that the controversial Kaduna-based Islamic cleric Sheikh Ahmad Gumi has been intercepted and arrested by the United States Army right here on Nigerian soil at an international airport. The narrative being pushed is that this was a lightning-fast counter-terrorism operation carried out by foreign forces as part of a secret global crackdown. But before you share that viral post or join the heated debates in the town halls of the internet, you need to hear the actual truth of what transpired, because the reality is far more complex and involves a dangerous mix of high-tech deception and rising diplomatic tensions. Let us look at exactly what triggered this storm. On Thursday, February 5, 2026, an image began circulating with lightning speed across X, Facebook, and WhatsApp groups. It appeared to show Sheikh Gumi being led away in handcuffs by men in military uniforms that many identified as United States personnel at a Nigerian airport. The caption accompanying these posts alleged that the cleric was attempting to flee to Turkey when he was nabbed following intelligence linking him to recent bandit activities. The timing seemed perfect to those who want to believe it, especially coming right after the intense military strikes launched by the US against terror cells in the Northwest earlier this year. However, we have a major update that changes the entire story. Sheikh Gumi himself has officially broken his silence to address these claims directly. Speaking from his residence, the cleric didn't just deny the arrest, he questioned the very logic of it, asking why on earth the US Army would have the jurisdiction to arrest a Nigerian citizen on Nigerian soil. More importantly, he pointed out something that every one of us needs to be aware of in this age of digital warfare. He described the viral image as a total fabrication, a piece of artificial intelligence or AI-generated content designed to mislead the public. When you look closely at the evidence being shared, the red flags are everywhere, from distorted proportions to inconsistent lighting. It is a classic case of deepfake technology being used to stir up religious and political unrest at a time when the nation is already on edge. Now, while the arrest itself is a fabrication, the reason why people were so quick to believe it is rooted in very real, very current events. As we speak, in February 2026, the relationship between the Nigerian government and the US military is under a massive microscope. Since January, the US has been conducting precision airstrikes against ISWAP and bandit enclaves in Sokoto and Kaduna. Sheikh Gumi has been one of the most vocal critics of this intervention, even claiming in early January that he had received warnings that he was being targeted for elimination by these foreign forces. This friction created a perfect environment for misinformation to grow. People see the US dropping bombs in the Northwest, they see Gumi criticizing the US, and suddenly a fake photo of an arrest feels believable. This brings us to a very important moment in our discussion today. If you value this kind of deep dive reporting that separates fact from fiction and keeps you ahead of the curve, please take a moment to smash that like button. It is the only way we can fight against the tide of fake news that is trying to destabilize our country. And if you haven't joined the family yet, click that subscribe button right now and turn on the notification bell. We are living in a time where a single AI image can start a riot, and you need a trusted source to help you navigate the chaos. By subscribing, you ensure that you are always getting the gist straight without the fluff or the lies. Go ahead and do it now so you don't miss our next update on the security situation. Moving back to the gist, the Department of State Services, DSS, has also been busy behind the scenes. While they have not moved to arrest Gumi, their ongoing trial of terrorist negotiator Tukur Mamu has brought the cleric's name back into the courtroom. Just last week, on January 29, 2026, a DSS witness confirmed in court that Gumi had been interviewed as part of the investigation into the 2022 train attack. So, while there's no US Army arrest at the airport, there's clearly a localized legal process where the authorities are still looking into everyone associated with past negotiations. This legal reality is being twisted by bad actors online to create a narrative of a foreign military coup against a religious leader. We must also consider the international angle. The U.S. Department of Homeland Security recently released a list of 79 Nigerians arrested for various crimes in America, and this has made many people extra sensitive to news of Nigerians being arrested by Americans. But there is a world of difference between a legal arrest on American soil for wire fraud and a military kidnapping of a cleric in Abuja. The truth is that Nigeria's sovereignty still stands. Our security agencies, despite their challenges, would never permit a foreign military to start picking up high-profile citizens at our airports like it's a Hollywood movie. The danger of this particular rumor is that it plays on religious sentiment. By claiming the US is arresting Islamic leaders, these misinformation agents are trying to provoke a crusade versus jihad narrative that could tear the North apart. Gumi himself warned that foreign intervention could turn Nigeria into a theater of war. Whether you agree with his politics or not, the fact remains that the viral arrest story was a calculated attempt to trigger a reaction. As we look towards the 2027 election cycle, which is already beginning to cast a shadow over 2026, we can expect more of these AI-generated bombshells. This is why we have to be smarter than our smartphones. The truth about the airport arrest is that it never happened. Sheikh Gumi is in his home, the US Army is focused on their airstrikes in the bushes of the Northwest, and the images you saw were created by someone sitting behind a computer with a prompt. We will continue to monitor the cleric statement and any official reaction from the Ministry of Information regarding this wave of fake news. The government has been criticized recently for not prioritizing the fight against fake news in the 2026 budget, and this Gumi saga is the perfect example of why they need to wake up. Before we go, I want to hear from you. Do you think the government should take a firmer stand against AI-generated fake news, or do you believe people should just be more careful about what they share? Drop your comments below. I read every single one of them. And once again, remember to like the video and subscribe so we can keep this community growing. Let's keep our eyes open and our minds sharp. Thank you for staying with us for this breakdown.